Do you know this person's name? Many people would not know who this person is just from the photo. His name is Edward Sylvester Morse. Some of you may remember learning the name Morse at school as the person who excavated the Amori Shell Mounds. This time, I went to the Amori Shell Mounds. Hello everyone. This time, I went to Amori Shell Mound Garden in Shinagawa, Keiyu, Tokyo. Speaking of Amori Shell Mounds, many people will have heard the name in history class. However, many people probably don't understand why we were made to remember it or what kind of place it is. So let's take a look at the Amori Shell Mounds with some actual footage. June 17, 1877. An American arrived at the port of Yokohama. This is Edward Morse, the zoologist who later excavated the Amori Shell Mounds. Morse's purpose in coming to Japan was to study Brachiopoda, shell-like creatures. He took a train from Yokohama Station to Shinbashi Station to get permission to collect specimens from the Ministry of Education in Tokyo. As the train approached Tokyo and departed Amori Station, he spotted a shell mound from the left-hand window. This is the Amori Shell Mounds, which was later excavated by Morse. However, Morse's main purpose was to study Brachiopoda. He went to Enoshima and did research. And 4 months after Morse saw the Amori Shell Mounds from his train window, he finally began its excavation. This was the first academic excavation survey in Japan. For this reason, the Amori Shell Mounds is known as the birthplace of Japanese archaeology. Now, let's go around Amori Shell Mound Garden. It is exactly as the name suggests, it is basically a small garden. There are exhibits related to the Jomon period, and it is recommended as the first ruins to visit for those interested in the Jomon period. As you go further in, you'll come across a dome shaped like a shell. Among them were peeled specimens of seaweed. If you go further in from there, you will see the railway tracks that Morse rode on while riding the train. If you walk along this cobblestone road, you will come across a stone monument facing the tracks. It was probably this area that Morse saw from the train window. It's moving to walk through the garden and think about those days. If you walk back from the tracks towards the gate, you will find a bust of Morse. A statue of Morse holding Jomon earthenware. This is where Japanese archaeology began. It's also a pleasant place to be as a park. It is a rare place where you can experience nature and history in the city. Now, I leave Amori Shell Mound Garden and head towards Amori Station. This is because there is another stone monument at the Amori Shell Mounds. Here's why. On the way from Amori Shell Mound Garden towards Amori Station, you will come to the border between Shinagawa Keiyu and Oda Keiyu. In fact, the exact location of Morse's excavation remained a mystery for a long time. Someone said, "What Morse unearthed was Shinagawa Keiyu." Another person said, "No, it was Oda Keiyu that Morse unearthed." With this background in mind, there are 2 stone monuments, which remain to this day. In the end, a conclusion was reached for the Amori Shell Mounds Shinagawa theory and the Amori Shell Mounds Oda Keiyu theory. It all started with the 50 yen that Morse paid to the landowner when he conducted an excavation survey. Once the records were found, it was determined that it was Shinagawa Keiyu. In other words, it turned out that the place where the Amori Shell Mound Garden was located was the very place where Morse had excavated. Knowing history changes the way we see things. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching until the end. In this channel, I introduce the information I learned by actually walking around places that appear in Japanese history, using videos and photos I have taken. If you are interested in that, please subscribe to our channel.